This is what we've all been waiting for. To gather together, to open something wrapped with care, to make someone smile, and jingle all the way home. We've been waiting all year to come together and make this December one to remember. Have a happy and safe holiday season from Lexus. Click the banner to learn more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hey, this is Blue State Rob, and you're listening to the Eric Zane Show Podcast, a show hosted by a liberal Republican whose ancestry dates back to the small country of Armenia and fueled by bouts of anxiety and adult attention hyperactivity disorder, also known as ADHD. It's not the best, but still better than radio. Anyway, here's your host, Eric Zane.
Hey! The ultra funky Jimmy Stinson on guitar. And Blue State Rob from the great state of New Jersey. Spent too short of time there. Queen of the Forest really wanted to get out of New Jersey. She was not impressed. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This place was made. This place was made for your husband. There was one moment in particular. Man, the utmost respect for this crazy bitch at the Ocean County Ice Arena. So ice skating birthday party. No, I was ice skating we all went to the rink. So Jim, Jack, Diana, me, Madison in a car seat. Jim's ripping around on the ice. Jackie's trying to figure out how to skate. All of a sudden, I can't find Jackie. I told this story way back in the day, but it's a great story. Where the hell is Jackie? And then, so I'm wandering around, and what has happened is she made a friend with some little girl. She's like 3, who had a birthday party. And they're in one of these offshoot rooms, at the rink. And there's pizza and presents and birthday cake. And I look in this little room and I see Jackie with her giant curly hair at this table with pizza and then a plate of cake and a plate of ice cream. A bowl of ice cream. And all these kids, she's just holding court. People she does not know. So I'm like, oh, dear God, are you kidding me? So I go, hey, I'm all sheepish and weird. And I'm like, hello. Oh, my gosh. So can I get my daughter? She made friends with whoever is the birthday girl. Happy birthday. So sorry. Come on, Jackie. Let's go. This is not you're not crashing the party. She doesn't understand. The kids are like, oh, wait, she's alive for the party. I was like, I know. So a day in the life, I mean, now if it ended there, it's already a pretty funny, cute story. About 5-10 minutes later, we're back on the ice. And I see this lady come walking, and she skates up. She goes, so, is that a thing for you? And I'm like, what? I'm sorry? Do you always come to places with your daughter and just start taking food? She starts taking food. Is that a thing? Is that what you teach your children? And I'm like, yeah, good one. Wait, you're serious? You're goddamn right I'm serious. How dare you? How dare you? You know, she is so pissed. She's like, like when there's a murder and then the victims get to make a statement to the guy who killed the family. That's how emphatic and emotional this woman was. And I'm like, huh? And I couldn't believe it. So then I admit, she had me backpedaling. I almost didn't go fucking ghetto on her, but I got my wits about me and I said, oh, all right. Oh, I understand. Okay. This is a Jersey thing. Okay. Well, now I want to fucking stomp her. So I go, I start screaming at her and we're like toe to toe. These two titans on the ice. It's like Marty McSorley and Bob Probert, And we're screaming at each other, and then her husband comes over, and he's one of these browbeaten beta males who's like, "Oh, honey, come on, let's go." And I'm sitting there telling her to go fuck herself, and he's not even flinching. At that point, he should have slugged me, but he's such a pussy. So I'm like giving it to her. And then Diana, we're both alphas. Well, in this house, she's the big alpha, but we're both alphas. She then gets involved. So we're both screaming at this crazy bitch, and she's holding her own. Jersey people have a special skill set, They're like Liam Neeson in the film Taken. What the fuck is going on? She's giving us all we can handle. And finally, this crazy bitch walks away, and then I get like about $3 in cash, and I wad up the bills. And as we're walking out, I throw the fucking money at her. I actually throw the bills, and they're like bouncing off her face. I go, "Here's your money, you sick bitch!" And then the kid's like, Dad, shut the fuck up. Oh, God, was that spectacular. And I'm like, I love that woman. That is, I live for that. She is living out my dreams. That's Jersey. The nicest person you'll find would do that. Oh, absolutely spectacular. So Diana not impressed, and I'm like, well, I am impressed. I had a boner. Oh, so great. Absolutely great. Welcome into the show from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker studio. The Eric Zane Show Podcast has officially begun. You can catch it live on Twitch, as a number of you are. Thank you so much. That's a nice gift you just gave to someone, Patriot Nick, doing your thing again. To be honest, if somebody slugged me, if that chick's husband slugged me, I think I'd be screwed. Excuse me. I'm all bark, no bite. I couldn't fight my way out of a wet paper bag. I like to scream and yell. So there you go. Twitch brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. If you need your car repaired, take it there. Still waiting on my sign, Megan. I've got everything set except for the physical sign in this studio. We're in a transitionary period. So the damnedest thing happened just as I was getting started to do this show. And I kind of anticipated that this has happened before, and I didn't do anything to alleviate the problem. I'll get to that in a second. But it was 7:56, 7:57. I'm to the point where I am all set, ready to go. I have everything set up the way I want it to be for today's show number 700. 700? 726. And then I lost all power. Screen, camera, mixer, headphone amp, everything. Hard drive, everything shuts down. And I hear like, uh-oh. And this has happened before. There was an extension cord with that has a little switch on it. And it is basically powers everything. It hooks up to another couple power strips. And it, like 2 months ago, this same thing happened. And there was actually, when you looked into the on-off switch, you could see like little sparks inside of there. This has had it. This thing has had its day. It's not working anymore. But yet I did not replace it. And I like monkeyed with it, and then I got it to work back then. Well, now it's screwed again, and it has cut power. So then same thing. Little sparks are flying out. Not only is this going to shut down in the middle of my show, but it's an absolute fire hazard. So, it's now 1 minute before the start of the show. I had to run, grab an extension cord, one that will suffice. I had to do a little pluggy thing, and I'm like, oh man, I'm never going to hear the end of it from these folks. Shoo! But got it up and running, and then I have everything that's set up on the computer is set up in a particular order, and I've got my notes written and things like that. It's not that elaborate, but it does take a little time. And I'm like, okay, shit. And then thank God this computer has that, want to restore the previous session. Yes, I do. I do want to restore the previous session. So it wasn't too bad. A couple minutes late, but I was like, oh, fuck. All right. Now, I haven't yet said the obligatory, I hope you had a Merry Christmas. I hope everything went great. And I do sincerely hope that it did. It is not going well for my brother. I hate to start on a bad note. You may have heard me mention Regular Mike over the years. When it comes to my brothers, there's World Book Jim, Push-Up Paul, Norman Bummer, Regular Mike. Regular Mike is the oldest. He's 63 years old. He's anti-vaxxer. You know where I'm going with this, don't you? Oh, boy. So, yeah, I know. I've, we've all kind of expressed this to him. Like, you're vaccinated, right? No. And we're like, well, how? Mom just died of this. We now have a vaccine. Whole family's like that. I'm like, and then you try to like, hey, look, as a brother, you can say these things. And the conversation goes, it isn't like polite. It's like, hey, fuckhead, what the fuck is wrong with you? No, not going to do it. Well, he's ill. He's very ill. So anything goes with COVID, especially now. So who knows where we're at. But he is very, very sick. He's throwing up badly. And that's the thing. Sometimes you get those, it manifests in different ways. It's not exactly a spring chicken either. None of us are. So, he laying in bed vomiting, getting up to vomit. Hope he doesn't vomit in the bed, for God's sake. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer. That was Christmas. I got that news on Christmas night. So that is my oldest brother, Michael. What can you do? So we're just kind of in a holding pattern. I'm talking to his son, my nephew. Kyle is his name. And just be thinking of him, please. I appreciate that. Nauseous, dizzy, fatigued. I'm just, I haven't heard about lungs. I don't think there's anything in the lungs right now, which is obvious. I mean, you never know with this because, like my neighbor, Leonard, who just kicked the bucket, same thing. He was in the hospital for like 8-10 days. And, he's coming out of it. And then he had a stroke. It can mess with you. It's very creative on how it can, and how it can kill you. So, there's that. But I have plenty to talk about today. That's a little bit more uplifting. I probably should have saved that for last. I mean, if I was a true professional, True professional, I would have done that. Hey, finally, kind of bummed out. But no, dumbass Eric. But COVID's kind of like a big thing. More on that later on as Trump and Bill O'Reilly. God, was that classic. I cannot wait to cover that with you. Oh, my God. But on to Christmas. Christmas morning, Santa arrives at our house, and it's an absolute, the amount of packages because you got all the grandkids, well, there's 2 grandkids, you got Jim over, everybody comes over. This has never, ever happened. Normally, we break it up, but everybody is there. So you got Eric, Diana, the NFK. You got Madison. The only one missing was Madison's boyfriend. You got Jacqueline, Justin, Jim, and Aubrey, and the grandkids, and all the dogs. So the dogs are excited to see everybody. The kids are kind of like, we don't like the dogs. And I go, well, you'll get used to them. And they did. And Diana says, can we put the dogs away? I go, no, because they'll bark. And they will. They would be in the other side of the house barking, and they want to be here. So let's just let them in. So the dogs are kind of roaming around. Can you imagine the chaos? What's the number of heartbeats in that room? I didn't do the math the first time I was doing the roster. Eric, Diana, NFK. I think he has 2 hearts. Jim, Aubrey, grandkids. Jack, Justin, Madison. 1, 2, 3 dogs. Benny's upstairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And the way Diana does this in our household, she's like the one, she's Santa doling out the presents. I said presidents. And so she has a certain way that she does it. And I have figured out that on this day, my job is to sit there and not look at my phone. Now, in the past, this has been a long process. With all of these people now, it's going to be even longer because she's like, okay, Jackie, your turn. One person opens it up. Oh, this takes forever. 2+ hours to get this done. And man, I didn't say shit. There was one time when Jackie was like looking at something and Dinah's like, okay, enough, we're moving on. She like snapped. And then that became a running joke where if you opened up a gift and you looked at it for more than 1 second, everybody in the room goes, oh, that's enough looking at that, to like piss her off. And she's just looking at me with lasers, daggers. Rah! I'm like, yeah, fuck, it's funny. Come on, lighten up. And then everybody's yelling at me to put the dogs away. I'm like, no, come on, man. And Bruce, every time he breathes, snot comes out of his nose, and he's snotting all over Jim. And Jim's like, oh, God, enough. Show and tell. All right. I always love this time of year. I always love this show because I have in front of me my what I got, and it's time to show you what. All right. And so for those of you that are just listening to the audio podcast, wherever you download shows, just know it's another reason why you need to follow me on Twitch, and you can enjoy something like this. All right. I'm just randomly grabbing. First of all, every dad needs socks, thermals. Yes, and I basically wear these out because my attire for the past 726 shows has been what I'm wearing now if it's the cold months. Hoodie, hat, usually 2 pair of socks, or these thermals. So this is key. And I wear them out fast. All right, great. Speaking of socks, another pair of pup socks. These have Jackie and Justin's Frenchie, Cece. Look at that dog. How spectacular is that? Red! That's not all. You know what else I got in addition to those thermal socks and the pup socks? Socks. More socks. It's like they all got together. Hey, so what are you getting, Dad? Well, I'm gonna go with socks. Okay, well, I think it's important that we go with socks. All right, well, I'm gonna get him socks. Okay, sounds good. Jason says, I like the individual gift opening. It means when it's free for all, it's a free for all. It's not as meaningful. I agree with you. And besides, it's just kind of fun knowing you don't have anything to do. Patriot Nick writes, if you'd stop jizzing in the ones you got, Diana wouldn't have told everyone socks. What? What are you talking about? Even if I did do that, which I don't, it's not like the jizz is made of acid, asshole. You know, I flat out love hats. Hope College hat from Madison. Hey, I just spent $100,000 on an education and all I got was this hat. Which, by the way, funny story. I just got a tuition room and board bill. And I do have a plan in place to pay for this, but legit, I have to move some shells to take care of this. And I have a $14,000 bill after the scholarship money is utilized. It would be $26,000 for this semester. So I get this bill. I'm like, okay, this is what you work for. This is what it's all about. And just shut the fuck up. Take care of this. This will ensure appropriate ass wiping from her when she's old and you're really old, God willing. So pay the bill. Go downstairs wanting to drink. Instead, I'm eating cereal. I know. I'm not supposed to. I'm eating cereal. And I hear, oh, thank God. And it's Madison. I go, what? I found another class I can take so I can have 18 credits. I'm like, what? Yeah, I had 16, and I feel that that's not enough. I mean, that's, okay, when I went to college, 12 was full-time. I would take 12. She goes, I had 16, but I just found a 2-credit class I can take to give me 18. I can't wait, which, by the way, she got all A's her first semester. It's ridiculous. What the fuck? Who are you? What family did you come from? Oh, yeah, this is great. Yeah, I just signed up, Dad. I go, oh, yeah, cool. That's good. Fucking shit. Nothing worse. It was minutes ago that I hit submit. So I got the hat. You don't know what this is. Hell, I don't even know what this is. This is podcasting equipment. 3rd generation, 2 in, 2 out. Some of you Zaniac women know what that means. 2 in, 2 out USB audio interface. This will allow me to actually utilize the control board that Patriot Nick bought me 2 years ago. Thank you. Thank you for that, Nick. And thank you. This is actually a very expensive piece of equipment. It's very boring, but I put it on my list. I love hoodies. And I love Forward Down the Field, the Detroit Lions. Look at that. Oh, man, did you see them yesterday? They tried really hard. There's some really bright spots on that team. They lost. First of all, their backup quarterback, Tim Boyle, I think he played pretty well. Okay? And they had a chance to win, and dude threw a pick at the 1-yard line with like 30 seconds to go that would have won the game. And the Falcons were 6-8 going in, so... But the Falcons, crazily enough, they hadn't won one game at home. They now have won a game against our beloved Detroit Lions. So that's a bummer. Their defense, too, Lions' defense has improved. And they have a receiver named Amon St. Ra, who they drafted this most recent draft. And he's really started to play well as he's figured out the game. And so I think that... Though they have a horrible record, I'm still very, very optimistic about them. Jason talks about the fake punt. It was a nice fake punt. And then look at this. You know how I love hoodies? You know what I love just as much as hoodies in these cold months? Frickin' hats. And yet another hat. This one is black on black with the blue outline of the Detroit Lions logo. So how about that? In fact, I'm going to put that bad boy on right now. I love those guys so much. I am so beaten up by frustration with that team that the smallest things make me so damn happy. Like you could not rain on my parade when it comes to the Detroit Lions at all. Okay. This next thing, I have always loved these Adidas frickin' zip-ups. Oh man, and Jackie says, don't drink coffee when you're wearing this. I'm like, you got it, my dear. So this is nice. White, black on white with black stripes. The ones I like to wear when I rock the mic. We make a good team, my Adidas and me. My Adidas. I'm increasing in, I can't say I like anyone more than the other. Yeah. Celestial excitement here. The practical astronomer. Oh my God. I can sit on the toilet for like 3 hours with something like this. The absolute best is, you ever heard of a dark park? Various spots in various states. There's no light pollution, and you can see like the nebulous, gassy clouds of the Milky Way with a naked eye. And you're like, why does it look all foggy up there? It's like, well, yeah, those are gases that are like light years away that still exist from the formation of this galaxy, the Milky Way. That's stardust. Those are the things that are all like suspended in space, surrounded by dark matter, and you can see it. And we have our own dark park at Fear Bunker North. I'm telling you, if you have never, ever been in a spot where it's absolute darkness, where it's like your hand in front of your face, you can't see any type of movement unless you hold it up to the sky, and because the stars are there, you can see an outline of your hand moving in front of your face. It's absolutely spectacular what you can see with the naked eye. I need some more artwork in the studio. Now, in the feel that you see on Twitch here, I don't have the biggest, it's a little less than what I used to have, but that's okay. I've got the perfect spot for one of my favorite art images, posters, pictures, iconic. Imagine there's no heaven. John Lennon, that classic pose when he's wearing the sleeveless T-shirt. New York City. I think this is probably 1973, 1974. So that is finding a spot here on the wall. Excuse me. And then it's kind of like a John Lennon type of vibe going here. Look at that quote from the song Imagine. You say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. John Lennon. Maybe we can have a bunch of movie stars sing this to us. That's very cool, very sweet. Thank you, Diana. And this one, I think I told you the story behind this one, this gift. The damn Amazon driver revealed it to me. This is a circular saw given to me from the NFK, so I'm going to cut my hand off. All right? Very nice. There you go. That's a great saw, by the way. DeWalt circular saw. So I'm following the footsteps of my father. And then, thank God, brand that just snowed. We just got like 3 inches of snow here. These will come in handy in not long at all. Because there you go. So what a Christmas. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. I hope you all did too. The Queen of the Forest got her Pac-Man game, her Ms. Pac-Man game, and that was, oh my God, she lost her mind. And Kenny's like, man, you should have gotten 2. Yeah, you're kind of right. I think I should have gotten the one with, because didn't you say there was you could get like 2 for 1 or something like that? I think you're right. I might have to go back. Before too long, we're going to be channeling our inner Kenny here at the house. Patriot Nick, quoting the NFK, says, "This is a great son of a bitch for taking off fingers." So true. Okay, so then off we go to my dad's. Now, I need to share something with you. You're going to love this. I got to make sure that I have all of the sound ready to go the way it's supposed to be. It's just like me at this point to like push a button and you start hearing a commercial for like, Tide dish detergent or Tide laundry detergent. Okay. The idea here is, Madison, make sure I'll give you like a nod when I want you to start recording when we're visiting my dad. So, my dad, Joann, Eric, Diana, Madison recording. I am talking to Dad and Joann. Stay with me here. Check this out.
No, it's Armenian. Armenian? Oh, I thought you said Farsi.
Oh,
I wasn't.
I've already screwed it up. I knew I would. When I said check this out, it felt weird, but I caught it. Okay, here you go.
No, it's Armenian. Armenian? Oh, I thought you said Farsi.
I'm basically telling a story to my dad and Joann. Diana and Madison are in on this.
I wasn't home.
And then on the way here, we leave Grand Rapids. And this is unbelievable. 2 miles from our house on the way here. Guys in a pickup truck. I see a cooler in the back of the pickup truck. And his tailgate is down.
Whose pickup truck is it? That had to be Mike.
I don't know. He was in front of me. I'm driving. I'm behind him. Barely paying attention. I noticed the cooler. He takes a turn.
It's full out.
Cooler flies out. Lid comes open. Something comes flying out of the cooler. And I'm like, something told me to stop. I said, something told me to stop and see what's inside of that cooler. Stop, turn around, come back. Pull over. They're sitting there. I go walking up to it, and it's like a towel wrapped up. And it's red, and I go, oh, well, there's no way that's blood. And I'm opening it, and it's blood. And there's a toe. A toe inside.
Toe?
A toe.
A toe from your foot.
Today, just before we get, there's a toe inside. A toe.
I can't.
Did he have it on ice?
No, it's just a toe. I don't know. The guy took off.
Well, he needs
that told me. We just go to the hospital to go.
I'd like to know the end of the story. What did you do?
I called a tow truck.
Come on. Oh, God. You got me. You jerk.
Your face. You were like,
I'm gonna go on my.
Now, that Zaniac Andrew Taft, Andy, who is team knuckle dragger at the gym. Holy shit. He told me that story at the gym. And I was like, oh, dear God. And I was like, this will be perfect for these two. And Joanne's mouth was open. You see, she's like, and my dad's like, oh, no, guys, what did you do? And the key on that, if you ever do that one to someone, is most every time people will say, what did you do? And that's when you deliver it. Not every time, according to Andy, who I guess this is a family tradition, that he has to, if there's someone new, that's like a thing to do, is initiate them with that. So you can make it as colorful and enjoyable as you want, and then, add layers to it if you have to. Just do your best at that. And then when they say, well, what did you do? But sometimes they won't say, what did you do? And he said, sometimes I'll just have to so you know what I did? What? I called a tow truck. You can say that. It's not as effective. But still, holy shit. Oh, man. I could not wait to do that. It was really, really great to see them. So then, all right, after the day there, stand by. It's time to go home. I got a 2.5-hour drive. Sun is setting. It's like 5:30. Sun has set. All right. It's getting dark. I hate a little bit. There's a little bit part of me. I can't stand driving at night. It just, if I'm driving straight down the interstate, that's one thing. But if I'm making turns, sometime I'm like, I'm like, darkness affects your old pal Eric Zane. Don't tell the limo company. I'm falling asleep. I go, I got to pull over. I said, I need gas. I'm tired. Recharge your batteries. I see this gas station. I see where the entrance is. I miss it. I go around. I pull in another spot. I want to be in another spot. And I make a hard right turn. There's a massive curb there, and I don't see it. And Diana says, watch out for the curb. And then, bam! Oh, fuck. Immediately hit that thing with my front right. And my first thought was, I just destroyed the rim. The tire will be flat. Turns out, no, it wasn't. I got out and looked at it. Who knows what long-term damage I did to the car. But not only was there impact from the front right hitting the curb, and Zillion says, isn't this what you gave Jackie crap for a while back? No. I gave her crap for following too close. Why don't you shut up? Not only was there impact from me hitting the curb, there was impact of Madison's face colliding with the back of the seat. And it's like, I heard, ah! And I'm like, what? Shut up. Whatever. And then I look back there and I smashed my face. And I'm like, oh no, I'm such an asshole. Fuck. You okay? No, I'm bleeding. And it's barely any blood. It's not a big deal, but she's acting like she just got shot. Okay. And it's the absolute end of the world. I guess she had been like leaning forward on the seat, and it just whammo. So I'm like, are you okay? No, I'm hurt badly. I go, well, what is it? Tell me. I hit my face. I go, I know you hit your face. I felt it. I heard it. Is your nose broken? No. Are you bleeding? No. Yes. I'm bleeding badly from my mouth. And it's not. So she's fine. And she's having a breakdown because of it. So the only way to make this worse is to say what I said. And I love this joke. It's my favorite joke. When someone is in pain, it's important to say this. It's my job to say, it's going to feel better. And then as I'm saying it, she starts yelling at me because she knows that I do it all the time. Whenever anybody gets hurt, I say, it's going to feel better when it stops hurting. And then she, in particular, gets so pissed every time I do that. So she starts screaming at me now about that joke. And I'm like, oh, come on now. You're fine. And so she's like really now starting to get pissed. And she is a bit of a nervous Nelly, a little bit of an anxious young lady. So, by the way, Adam says the suggestion to check the break again to silence her. And so she's not having it. She's yelling at me. And so, believe it or not, we have a game that we play when she's losing her mind. And now she's full on she's freaking out. I go, all right, let's do it. What? Let's play 20 questions. And I know this sounds silly, but it works. If you start playing 20 questions, she gets out of it. I go, come on, let's go. Let's play 20 questions. I go, all right. And so Dinah says, is it an animal? I said, no. And eventually, after several questions, we've narrowed it down to something to do with a person. Is it clothing? No. Is it, can you buy it? No. Does everyone have one? Yes. Is it a body part? Yes. And then after a few more guesses at like guess 17, Madison goes, is it a lip? I go, yes. He starts freaking out again. She goes, is it a lip? And she's calmed down by now, and I'm silent. I'm silent, and then I just start laughing. Yes. Don't ever accuse me of not being willing to troll everyone. That is the point. I live for this. Oh my God.
Hello? Yeah, hi, Maddie. What's up? You sound like you're upset. Okay, I was able to gather out of that something about your mother is upset because your DS case is missing and you can't find it anymore? Huh. So I'm guessing that it'll probably turn up, over time. It probably just can't find it right now because you're rushing looking for it. Do you think it's gone forever? No, I don't think so, baby. We'll find it. I promise you.
I want to find it now.
Me too. I want to find it too, but it might take a little looking. Okay, well, it sounds like you're having a rough start to your day. I'm sorry. Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
All right.
Wanna talk to Mommy?
Sure, it'll be okay.
Wanna talk to Mommy?
Yeah.
She's annoyed.
Hey, can you put Mommy on?
Hello?
Wow. We recorded that. It's awesome.
Oh, yay.
Oh, yay. If you were to take current vibe of Free Beer and Hot Wings show now and put that back in time, every word would have been met with, oh my God. Greg's laugh. Bam. That is called parenting. Megan says, Diana is me. Oh, yeah. That's it, man. Holy cow. All right. So that was basically my Christmas. 25 on the 25th, on Christmas itself. All right. We made the prime rib. A little bit of a mistake on the prime. I put it in too late in the day. And if I had not adjusted the cooking temperature, we would have eaten at 2 in the morning. The reverse sear technique calls for you start by cooking it at like 225 degrees for several hours until the internal temperature slowly reaches about 120, 122. You pull it out of there for like 15, 20 minutes, crank up the heat to 500, sear it for like 20 minutes, and then you let it sit out of the oven for a significant time to let those juices disperse. That searing it makes that bark crust, that fat. But it was taking so damn long because we got started late that I was like, fuck this. I got to come up with a different plan. So I seared it after like half an hour in the oven at 200 degrees, 220 degrees. I realized this is going to take forever. Pulled it out, cranked the temperature up to 500, seared it right then. Then dropped the temperature to 325. I got my thermometer in there. And then pulled it out a few hours later. Actually pulled it out of the oven about 7:15. Let it sit. Sliced it up. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. So damn good. Worked out great. Thank you. Thank you to Nicholas for the suggestion. I'll have to do it that way, the reverse sear. Oh, my God. So, hope it was great for you and yours. I have Patreon today. Patreon bonus podcast happens after this podcast. Thank you if you've been on board on Patreon in the past. I just had a new person sign up. That would be the multi-talented Adam, who just signed up. That would be Adam Pringle, who for years you would have seen Adam at Mojo's Dueling Piano Bar. And I hadn't heard from him forever. And he just signed up. So thank you, Adam. Appreciate that. If you ever want to be part of Patreon, I put about 15 hours of content on there each and every week. So if you like listening to this podcast, you think it's fun, you enjoy it, hey, I can listen to more. I could definitely listen to more. You're helping me out by giving me your hard-earned money, $5 or $10 a month. And then I'm giving you as much content as you can possibly handle. All right, there is something for everybody on my Patreon. If you like this, you will like that. I can promise you. Patreon.com. That's Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. And the open of this show today, brought to you by Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home in Granville, Michigan. Home of the Eric Zane Show Podcast, 10% discount at the discount outlet. two stores. You got the main store across from Strider's, Johnson Carpet, One Floor and Home. And then you've got the discount outlet just to the west, maybe quarter mile, behind Little Caesars. Big, giant warehouse. The guy who runs the show there is Zaniac Kent. Drop the E, add a U. Tons of flooring in there. Discount priced. A true discount. Because the folks who run Johnson's Carpet, One Floor and Home, that would be Darwin. Darwin is every day making deals, buying flooring in mass quantities that he knows is going to sell. So he buys it from the big flooring manufacturers like Shaw and Mohawk. And based on market price and things like that and how much he's buying. And he buys a lot of it to meet up with the room inside of the discount warehouse, which is usually packed. And Kent has to figure that out. So he buys so much of it knowing it's going to sell because it's the best brands, most popular styles, but he gets it a lot cheaper. And then he passes the savings on to you. It truly does. Don't believe me? Wander into the discount outlet and take an actual look at what is, let's say you see a setup of vinyl plank that you can walk out the door with right then and there. Go ahead and get whatever it is and then search it online and look at prices nearby. And you'll see like, oh my God, this is so much cheaper. Where do I sign? I'll take 5 boxes of it. And again, you mentioned me, you're going to save 10% on top of the already deep discount. If you ever need any flooring whatsoever, spread the word. Johnson Carpet, One Floor and Home discount outlet in Granville, Michigan is where to go. Any type of flooring, they have it there. Okay? Deep discounts. Thank you to A&E Heating and Cooling, sponsor from pretty much near the beginning of this show. If you ever have any issues with your HVAC, this is who you call. 616-516-8579. Let's say you've got a furnace replacement in your future. Do this. Call Company A, call Company B. Have them come out, give them an estimate to you. Take your time on this. All right? Let's say you got a little bit of life left in that furnace, but you know you're going to be replacing it. Get estimate A, get estimate B. Estimate C should be Joe Martinez. Now, more than likely, he's going to beat A and B. Don't tell him you've gotten the other estimates. If by chance any of the first two have a lower price than Joe Martinez, tell him. And Senor Martinez will go, oh, you got me. And then he's going to lower his price to beat theirs. That is going to happen. Then you're supporting a sponsor. You're making him happy, which makes he's happy with me, and that makes me happy. And that's how. And then I keep podcasting. If I don't have audience, my sponsors, and Patreon members, this show does not happen for the past, well, in about a week, it'll be 3 straight years. 616-516-8579. 616-516-8579. Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider of the Eric Zane Show Podcast. If you have any tech issues, 616-200-8550. That's 616-200-8550. Or if you have a small or medium-sized business and, you know, every piece of equipment tech-wise is slow, old, outdated, you need to update. Probably not a good idea to just start buying random shit off shelves or Amazon. Do it right. Sit down with a professional who's going to assess the needs of your business and then tell you what the appropriate equipment you should have. You don't want to buy too much, okay, because you're doing it on your own, the whole DIY way, or buy the wrong thing, or then set it up yourself. That takes man hours, you know, stuff that in whatever your business is, your employees should be working on that, not this. So time is money. Do it right. Blue Frost IT. 616-200-8550. Oh, man, I got a tinkle. All right, let's do that. I'm going to take a short break and come back with you. We've already burned through nearly 1 hour of time. My God, do I love doing this. There is nothing better than this. You guys are the absolute best. I'm so thankful I can do this. Stand by. question. And it says, are we for sure doing Bosco's tonight? Yes. Bosco's Pub in Hudsonville. I think we're going to have a massive group thanks to the organizers. I think Dean kind of was spearheading that effort. And I think we have close to 20 people. Last check, it was 18. My God. So that is tonight at 6. I don't think Doug is going to be there. Hey, I can't. I'm gonna be. He's actually incapacitated. There's some family things he's taking care of right now. All right, that'll be a fun time tonight. 6 p.m. Bosco's Pub. So there is a spot on Reddit called Old School Cool, and it's just a subreddit where you can just post pictures of that. Maybe like of family members when they were younger and stuff like that, or maybe pictures of famous people. And, people like then comment on it. And I saw a picture of, I busted out some old photo albums at Dad and Joann's. And I'm going to show you this picture of my dad. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm going to post this to Old School Cool. And I'm going to show it to you in a second. Let me just describe you this. It is a picture of my dad and one of his buddies. I don't know if this was taken after he came to the U.S. or when. I think this is in Detroit. Maybe early 50s, like 1951 or something like that. Okay? And these are random people who don't know me who then comment on it. And somebody wrote, "Oh my God, how do these two not have a dozen illegitimate children between them?" Wait till you see how handsome. Well, my dad's still very handsome. But, okay. Check him out. Are you kidding me? Look at my dad. He's got a smoke in his hand. He's whatever this is, I don't know. But, I mean, these two. I mean, look at these two. My dad is so freaking handsome. I saw that, and I go, holy shit, Dad, you were a player. And then, while we're looking at the albums, I found out something that I'd never known. There was a picture of my dad on the Liberté, which is the actual boat from his trip over from Iran. And it's my dad having a cigarette or lighting a cigarette, and there's a lady there standing next to him, older. And Joann goes, "Oh, boy, here's the one." And my dad's like, "What?" I goes, "Oh, yeah, I remember that." And I go, "What?" So what has happened here is he has, I've never seen this picture. He shows it to me, and then I see it, and Dad goes, he's kind of like sheepish about it. This woman on this boat was married, and she had her eye on my dad, who was very young, like 20 years old or something like that. She was not an immigrant, but she was traveling from Paris to, from France to the U.S. on this exact same boat. And she, Mrs. Robinson, him. And so the whole boat over, he's taking her, this like 40-year-old chick, to Pound Town. And Joann's like, yeah. Oh, wait, you won't believe what happened here. And she was married, and she gave, like, Dad had, like, contact information, but she never, that was it. She just wanted to take him to Pound Town for the whole boat ride over. And never to be seen or heard from again. But he was like, "Oh, I'm so in love with her. I'm so in love with him." She's like, "I don't want anything to do with that guy." It was a booty call. It was a transcontinental booty call. Welcome to the USA. And I found this out yesterday. Is that not incredible? Look at this guy. Oh, man. He must have murdered so much poon. Adam says you probably have siblings you don't know about. Wouldn't surprise me. Look at him. I've got more pictures, too, I'll share with you over time. But I took a bunch of new ones. That's just a photo of a photo. Classic. So on that site, Old School Cool, it's like a hugely popular picture. It's like a ton of activity on it. Made me happy. Somebody even reached out to me and said, I'd like to colorize that picture. I've got a picture of him and his sister and my grandmother's sister. And I think my aunt is like 12. My dad is like maybe 19 in it. Incredible. I love seeing those old photographs. There's a lot of pictures of me when I'm a kid at Fear Bunker North. And I'm like, wow, look at that. That tree's not even there anymore. I'm like, I just love looking at those old pictures. All right. So there's another brother out there that needs a show name. Yes, probably. I kind of want to take one of those genealogy things. Isn't that the case? Isn't that the thing where those ancestry things, you're like, what is it, 21 in you, 21 in me? And then it comes back and it tells you with unbelievable accuracy where your relatives are. I kind of want to do that. All right. I heard from Adam Pringle, like I was telling you. And I had... It'd been a weird Christmas for me because I was getting attacked on the subreddit from Free Beer and Hot Wings trolls, and it's really flattering to me to have that happen because quite literally I don't seek them out. I can't really. I was blocked on their subreddit, so they don't. I can't participate there. So they come to mine, and they start trouble. And I talked to you about this on Friday. Some dickhead wrote, yeah, it's what do you call it? Holiday breaking day. Zane will probably make fun of them for being nice or something like that. And I was like, well, dude, I don't give a shit. But anyway, this guy picked a fight. We went back and forth. No big deal. And then I talked about it on the show. And then I hear from Adam Pringle. What is going on? Why in the world would I hear from Adam Pringle? Adam signed up for Patreon. Adam, how are you, buddy? Thanks for checking out the Patreon. What do you do these days? Like I said, Adam was working at the Dueling Piano Bar, Mojo's, for a long... He's a terrific pianist. Terrific and highly entertaining. And I don't even know if he still does that. I think he does some other things to make a living, but he's still very, very skilled at piano, obviously. He says, everything's great. I started an online business 4 to 5 years ago. It took off to be my full-time thing. I was watching Midnight Mass last night, even though I'm not Catholic, and it made me think of you. I don't remember what I was thinking, but given both of our backgrounds, entertainment, I remember thinking a lot of people don't get that guy, but I do. I just can relate so well. So I thought I'd check out to see what you've been up to, and then I saw the podcast about the FBHW trolls, and I just felt compelled to support your efforts. Jerry Lee Lewis is my hero, the killer. And if you just even learn a little of his story, minus the sex with his underage cousin part, he was one hell of a hard worker, and dude never gave up. He played school gyms for free when he was banned from radio. Never felt sorry for himself, just kept on working and being grateful for what he had. I just appreciate the hell out of that type of grit. I guess I've been in those situations too many times myself. Plus, I wanted to support the grind. I appreciate you. I always have. And then he has talks about a personal thing, too, that I helped him out with. I wrote, well, that is fantastic. Basically, after Free Beer, I signed on BBL. I was happy with what we did there. But management had other ideas. They sent me packing January 4, 2019. I took one day off, started podcasting January 6th. Pretty much every weekday since then, minus a few days off here and there. Friday was podcast 725. You describe it perfectly. Just work, do what you're capable of. The rest kind of sorts itself out. The idea of the free podcast supported by sponsors and the additional Patreon content supported by people like you has been the focus. Basically, this became my job. It's forced me to learn monologue style since I work alone. I find I like this more than anything in the past. It's also taken this long to be somewhat capable to even do it. Early shows were a drag, but people stuck with me. Now things are easier and more opportunities have popped. All the while, I've not really changed anything. It's all based on working, which I enjoy. The soured relationship with FBHW is the real motivator. There's so many layers to that drama that you wouldn't believe it. The latest producer Joe nonsense that I called bullshit on pissed them and their audience off massively. They had been calling me a piece of shit leading up to that anyway, so now this ridiculousness has them even more charged up to talk shit about me, even though I don't want anything to do with them. It used to bother me more, but nowadays all is well. Tell me about your online business. He buys and sells flags. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? My online business is fairly straightforward. I buy and sell flags. Like, Biden is not my president flags or fuck Joe Biden flags? Sounds odd, but it's turned out to be extremely lucrative. An extremely lucrative gig for me. Although I'm missing the creative outlet that I used to have. So I'm always looking forward ways to get a little of that back. Well, I got an idea. You can help me host an Eric Zane Show Podcast live show at Bosco's. Thank you, Adam. Patriot Nick says if he's French, probably has a stack of white flags. That is from the back of the room, Nick classic flying elbow towards the French. My God, what a jackass. More on Let's Go Brandon in a second. Hang on. I can't wait to talk about this Joe Biden thing. If you're thinking about a home in the new year or a refi or whatever, maybe you're buying another piece of property, I'm encouraging you to reach out to my friends at the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505. NMLS number 3035. You may have worked with another person in the past. All I suggest is that you reach out to Mario and hear what he has to say. 231-332-6505. Anywhere in the USA, minus South Carolina, Maine, Alaska, and Hawaii, for whatever you need. And it could be if you have a fantastic credit score or one that's in the dumper. He wants to help everybody for a great credit score. Obviously, it's quite an easy thing to do. Might require a little bit more effort on his part and your part if your credit score is in the dumper. But the good news is he more than likely can help you and get your credit score on track because when you do get a mortgage, you're making those on-time payments. You're improving yourself. Over time, your credit score will increase. Stand by. Oh, man. I still have this lingering cough. Just ridiculous. So thank you to Mario. Horizon Hydroponics, Horizen, hydroponics.com. If you're growing indoors, man, this is who you need to call. No matter where you are in the great U.S. of A. Horizon Hydroponics, Horizen, hydroponics.com for whatever you need for your grow. And if you're looking at the website, you're like, well, okay, that maybe that's what I need, but I don't know. I'm new to this. I don't know shit about this. What do I do? Old school. There's a phone number right there. Call them. Somebody's going to pick up the phone, and then you say, hey, I'm looking at this product. Can you tell me how it works? How effective is it? What recommendations do you have for this, that, and the other thing? It's like an online resource, but you're actually talking to a person. That way, you're making an informed decision when you purchase from Horizon Hydroponics. Shipped anywhere in the U.S. for free, orders $250 and more. That's awesome. Use the coupon code Zane Show at checkout. You will save 10%. Or if you want, you can buy it online using that same coupon code and pick it up in person if you're nearby one of their 4 locations. 2 in West Michigan, 1 in Lansing, 1 in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And, of course, we had a great time at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Thank you again to Channel 13 for coming out for the great food giveaway. I had somebody reach out to me the other day. Side note on this. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Here we are, a ragtag bunch of like-minded individuals who just did what we did, and we did the best we could. This wasn't some big, gigantic deal. This is, to me, see, I take everything personal. And I wanted to fight with this guy, and Diana would not let me. On the tweet about the great food giveaway, it was one of the, and some guy wrote, "This is a very kind thing to do. But in the future, keep in mind, many that have food insecurities could use this the most, don't have access to a car to do a drive-through pickup." Now, I would say of the 100 boxes of food we gave away, everybody was unbelievably thankful. I got the impression that there was no one there who didn't need it. Maybe the guy in the BMW who we gave food to. He seemed like outside of the BMW he was driving, he seemed pretty thankful that it was huge for him. But whatever, it's going to happen. You do the best you can do. And I wanted to write back, you're right. Next year, we're going to have people walk there and they all get a free car with a box of food in it. And it's like, well, no shit. We understand that. But what the fuck do you want us to do? And we're not idiots. We know that. But we don't have the means to do even anything more than what we've done. Okay? I mean, obviously. And I wrote, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the tweet, and we're driving over to my dad's. I go, I want to kill this guy. I want to strangle him. Dad's like, don't. Why? What does that do? I go, well, it makes me feel good. And she goes, yeah, but you look like an asshole. I go, I don't give a fuck. I mean, have you been seeing what I've been doing for the past 3 years? This asshole needs to shut the fuck up. Why can't you just shut the fuck up? So I said, what about, we did the best we could? And she goes, all right, you can write, we did the best we could. Dickhead wrote, just an idea for the next time. Oh, yeah. Like no one thought of that, fuckface. There's always, what is that? No good deed goes unpunished. God. Megan says, fuck off, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sister. Yes. Thank you. Chris, oh my God. I wish you guys were in the car with me. Then that way I would have told him to suck my cock. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam, who I just read the nice email from, is in this live chat. Adam, you're the man. You made my weekend. Thank you so much. I don't think this was a troll from Freeburn Hot Wings. I think this was just a person. He doesn't even follow me. I think he just saw the story on one of the sources and felt like it was important to say something. But I love the fact that you guys are all like, come on, tell that guy to fuck off. Kate says, see, with suggestions like that, my response, what a great suggestion. We'd love to have your assistance for next year's drive. Send me your information and I will reach out in the late fall. Megan, I think that we are able to help the people on the cusp of food insecurity. They maybe aren't the most needy, but hell, no big can help make a big day feel a bit more normal. I know what you mean. I see what you typed there. I get it. I would have told you to say the same thing Diana did, though. Customer service, Megan never sleeps. No, you're right. But it's fun to sit here and tell that guy to suck our dicks, okay? It's fun to do that. Some asshole always has to tell you you're not doing it right. Oh, man. All right. Okay, where am I here? Focus. Let me just say that the insult, let's go, Brandon, is probably the funniest thing that has ever flown out of anyone's mouth. The whole dynamic of how it started, and I'm not even a one to say it, but if I had the opportunity like this guy had, I think it's okay to, because it's so GD funny. Okay, I am not a Biden basher at all. As you all know, I'm a weird one because I voted for Trump. I promptly hated him when he caused all the chaos afterwards by saying the election was rigged. And I don't believe it was. I believe that Biden won fair and square. And some of you dum-dums don't believe that. And then I went, well, all right, I guess it's his turn to try. Trump, like an asshole, fucked it all up and got all these stupid fucking morons thinking that it was fake. And then we had to see that guy who looks like the Undertaker's manager, Paul Bear, the fucking pillow asshole, barking at everybody for months at a time. So I hated all of that shit. And I immediately denounced Trump when he caused the insurrection, which he did. And then that drove all of you guys up the wall, or some of you guys bitching at me. And I'm like, no, that's bullshit. The whole thing was bullshit. So here I said, but then I'm buying into the idea that Biden is not fit mentally. I do believe that. I think that he should not. There's something wrong there. I do believe that. But then the NASCAR driver, who his name was Brandon, and after he won the big race, all those hillbillies are going, fuck Joe, or what were they saying? They were saying, fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. And then the dumb reporter acknowledged it by saying, here, they're saying, let's go, Brandon. Well, and now you have something magical. Now whoever that chick was, created this hilarious safe for work slur. Okay? You can now say fuck Joe Biden without saying fuck Joe Biden. And so you're hearing all these people saying, let's go, Brandon. And this is the only positive thing that has come out of all these right-wing anti-vax kooks who hate Biden and hate the vaccine. All right? So I'm all about it. I think it's hilarious. And now the idea of people saying it to him, Christmas comes and Biden decides to take live phone calls. What? Now, if I'm the White House, and I think in the past the way they've done this was like pre-recorded or something like that. Hang on a second. I'm fucking this up already. But this year, they decided to do it like live. And if you're going to do it live, why wouldn't you have just fake people calling in? Why would you leave it to chance? But they did it. And what a blunder. What an absolute shit show. Now, in this clip, Biden has either one of a few things. He's either forgotten that let's go, Brandon, means fuck Joe Biden. They haven't told him, forgotten, haven't told him, or he's very good at covering it up. I don't think he's very good at covering it up. I bet it's 50-50. He's either forgotten, which, going by his state of mind, I think that's entirely possible, or they haven't told him. If they haven't told him, I think maybe they haven't told him. Because if they said to him, Mr. President, let's go Brandon means fuck Joe Biden, he would have flown off the handle or something. Now, what I'm understanding is the guy who did this is not an anti-Biden guy. He realized he was live, and he just took the shot and said it because it's awesome. I mean, I would do that. I would absolutely say, let's go Brandon, knowing full well the comedic nature of this. And I swear to God, this guy now is saying, he's a former cop. He says he's from Oregon. And he says, I have nothing against Joe Biden. I'm frustrated because I think he can be doing a better job, but I mean no disrespect. He's not one of you right-wing assholes. So like Patriot Nick and Dean and Andrea and Jason, you guys who would all suck Trump's dick think that this guy here is one of your kind, crazy and a butt fuck. But he's not. He just realized he had a great opportunity to do something hilarious. And I appreciate that. And I love that. You should say this to him because it's comedy. That's so fucking entertaining. This guy on Christmas Eve just told the president to go fuck himself for all of the world to see. Oh my God. We live in a great time when you can be some dude from Oregon, not even anti-Biden, and tell him to go fuck himself. 35-year-old dude is Jared Schmeck. I'll play it for you in a second. In fact, let me just play it here. Let me just quit fucking around and play the fucking thing. I'm such an asshole. Okay, let me make sure I got sound here. It takes me forever to do this shit.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Well, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas as well. Merry Christmas, and let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree. Hey, buddy.
Okay. Now, I'm going to back it up here. We're going to, first of all, watch, just watch Biden. Watch his reaction. Okay?
Well, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Well, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas as well. Merry Christmas, and let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
Okay. No idea. He has no idea. Mrs. Biden does. Her right eyebrow twerks up a little bit, like inches up there. And she's like, oh, fuck. This guy just told me to go fuck myself. Just told my husband to go fuck himself. Watch Jill Biden.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Well, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas as well. Merry Christmas, and let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree. Hey, buddy.
Oh, my God. Yes. This is so great. Oh, holy shit. Oh, man. Kate says, do neither one of them know about the Let's Go Brandon chant? I believe Mrs. Biden does. I believe Biden may have forgotten, or just doesn't know. You just don't know with him. He's a mystery. He absolutely is a mystery. I see my dad. I'm not kidding you. I just spent the day with him yesterday. I see my dad in him, and he's kind of just like, he's just not, it's just everything's a little bit more cloudy, Oh my God. Moron dude who dropped it. He had no intent to be disrespectful. None whatsoever. He did it Because it's, in my opinion, if you realize, and he did, that if you are now live with the President of the United States on Christmas Eve, even if you are the biggest Joe Biden fan in the world, and you have the opportunity to tell him for the world to see on TV to go fuck himself, and you don't even believe that, you must tell him to go fuck himself without telling him to go fuck himself. Oh, my God. Yes, you do that. I applaud that guy as a Biden. He's a Biden supporter. I take it back. He has nothing against Biden. Nothing against Biden. He is not one of you patriot, liberty-loving fucks that's listening to this right now. And there's a lot of you that do that. This is not one of your kind. But we must give him respect for telling the president to go fuck himself without telling him to go fuck himself. Yes, I would do the same fucking thing. This is too great. Phone call started cordially enough. NORAD, Santa tracker, whatever. For a couple of minutes, things were pleasant. I assume you're a dad, said the president. What do you want for Christmas? Schmeck said, maybe a quiet night. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. And then he dropped it. Biden took the remark in stride. NPR writes. We don't know if he took it in stride. We don't know that. It may not have registered. Come on now. Schmeck posted a video with the hashtag Let's Go Brandon. Well, I don't know about this guy. Well, you facing pushback on social media, Schmeck told the Oregonian it was a joke. Okay. In my opinion, that's all he needs to say. It was a joke. And that he was merely venting frustration over Biden's policies. I wouldn't even say that. I would just say it's my sworn duty as an American citizen to tell the president to go fuck himself without telling him to go fuck himself. Even if you had a president that wasn't Joe Biden, let's say we had some guy named Larry in there, and there were people who didn't like him, and they let fuck Larry chant started at the NASCAR event, and it was Let's Go Larry or whatever. And even if he was a great president, even if Biden were a fantastic president, you still must say that because it's funny. It took me a long time to explain what I was trying to say there. It was pretty bad. So this guy's venting frustration over Biden's policies, supply chain problems, and vaccine mandates. Well, it sounds like he is an anti-Biden guy. It sounds like he's trying to walk that back, you know, because he's getting attacked now. He's said too much. He says, now I'm being attacked for utilizing my freedom of speech, he said. I understand there is a vulgar meaning to Let's Go Brandon, but I'm not that simple-minded no matter how I feel about him, Schmeck said. He seems like he's a cordial guy. There's no animosity or anything like that. It was merely just an innocent jest to also express my God-given right to express my frustrations in a joking manner. Funny. God, do I love Let's Go Brandon. Ooh. No, you did the right thing by saying it. Congratulations to you. You made me laugh. Made a lot of people laugh. And then for some of you other jokers, you're like, yeah, this is our new God. We must love this guy now. He's fantastic. Yeah, fuck him. Fuck Joe Biden. I hope he dies. Idiots. Trump with Bill O'Reilly. Oh, my God. This was spectacular. They're doing some, some freedom tour. Both of them don't have anything to do. You might as well. And so they're showing up in venues with several thousand people. And talking, whatever. They got onto the subject of the vaccine. Trump is really running with this idea that, and he might be right. I don't know. This is what I remember. It was so long ago. Trump worked very hard, I think, to make that vaccine viable. I mean, if I remember correctly, he was very much his hands were in it. I don't know so much about the distribution of it. I don't think that when he was finishing up his term that there was a lot of things in place to make it readily available. But he absolutely worked very hard with various companies trying to make this a thing. That was under his watch. I think that he could have done a little bit more to make it so that people got it in their arms. But now, so far after the fact, he is now saying you should get your vaccine, which flies in the face of these freedom-fighting, liberty lovers, anti-vaxxers. And now they're like, well, holy shit, what do we do now? Our leader is telling us we should get vaccinated.
Look, we did something that was historic. We saved tens of millions of lives worldwide. We, together, all of us, not me, we got a vaccine done, 3 vaccines done, and tremendous therapeutics like Regeneron and other things that have saved a lot of lives. We got a vaccine done in less than 9 months. It was supposed to take from 5 to 12 years. Because of that vaccine, millions and millions of people, I think this would have been the Spanish flu of 1917, where up to 100 million people died. This was going to ravage the country far beyond what it is right now. Take credit for it. Take credit for it. It's a great, what we've done is historic. Don't let them take it away. Don't take it away from ourselves. You're playing.
Okay. He is talking. I wish they had a camera on the crowd, okay? Because you'd see faces turning red and they're like, no. They don't know what to do now. They're lost. This is like when Khal Drogo fucking died in Game of Thrones. Everybody's like, oh, who the fuck's the leader now? Who's in charge? What do we do? Oh, my God. Oh, they don't know what to do. And as he's talking, you hear the buzz building of them like, what the fuck? No, this can't be true. And this is your guy. He is telling you to get the vaccine.
Right into their hands when you sort of like, oh, the vaccine. If you don't want to take it, you shouldn't be forced to take it. No mandates. But
that's not true. You should be forced to take it.
Take credit because we saved tens of millions of lives. Take credit. Don't let them take that away from you.
Okay, so the president made news.
Do you agree with that? Right?
I think he brought it back when he said you shouldn't be forced to take it. Then they're like, oh, thank God. All right, he was talking stupid there, but now he's talking brilliant. Thank God he told us that we're going to die. Now I feel comfortable with this visit.
Both the president and I are vaxxed, and did you get the booster?
Yes.
I got it too. Okay, so...
Don't.
They're booing him!
No. That's all. There's a very tiny group over there.
Okay. So they start booing him. And he's like, no, don't do it. There was a blowback. Alex Jones went cuckoo. Called him a traitor. He appeared on, what's that chick's name? She's hot as hell. I think her name is Rihanna or something like that. Looks like Rihanna. Candy Barbados or something. Her name is not Barbados, but she's a Barbados woman. She's like super crazy right way. She's she has sex with Alex Jones. Candy Blaze, Candy Trump, Candy Barbados. What the fuck? What is it? Nobody even knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Adnan. Candace Owens. Trump spoke with Candace Barbados and said this, and she's like, steam flying out of her ears. She's like, oh my God, no, don't say this. So, and then who else was spinning? Oh, some guy who's a big QAnon dude is like, no way. Oh no, we don't know what to do. So now they're like, fuck Trump. Excuse me. Yeah, my God, I can't. Here in Michigan, we are now 10 months away from this historic gubernatorial election where the incumbent is just finishing up a term in which maniacs were plotting to kill her. There have been thousands of voters that would have voted against her are now dead, that can no longer vote against her for whoever she's running against. 10 months in, we have no idea who her opposition is going to be for governor. There's a bunch of nobodies who've done nothing at this point and have no idea. No one even knows who the candidates are that are going to oppose her. I cannot wait for this. Honest to God, my vote is for sale. Right now, I'm voting for Whitmer. I don't even know who, and the only thing I know is that Dean's sister's running. But I don't even know what she stands for. This is all I know about Dean's sister. She makes a poor choice at hiring help on the farm. So that's a knock. That's strike one. She employs her brother, who's a pervert. So that means that I would rather vote right now for Garrett Soldano, who's a piece of shit, or the fucking maniac from Allendale who stormed the Capitol, than Dean's sister, because now that might change if she shows she has acumen. But right now, clearly, there's trouble because she's showing poor judgment in hiring a local pervert to work for her. All right. As I mentioned tonight at Bosco's Pub in Hudsonville, we've got a group of nearly 20 right now. We're going to fill up the joint. Join us for a super spreader at Bosco's Pub, where their burgers have vaccine properties. They're so delicious that you won't get COVID. Bosco's Pub tonight. Join us for an Eric Zane Show Podcast super spreader event. You all will be drinking and eating the food. You drank the wine, you ate the food. Bosco's Pub. Meet there at 6. It's going to be awesome. We'll hang out. I'm wearing a mask unless I'm eating. Get over it. Let's see here. Okay, I got an update for you on Kevin Bacon. Wait till you hear what happened to Kevin Bacon. Affordable limousine and party bus. If you want to work, if you're an experienced driver with a Class B license with endorsements and can see in the dark, reach out to my friends at Affordable Limousine. Buscareers.com. Fill out the form. This could be just what you're looking for. You can work as little or as much as you want. They are hiring full-time drivers. A lot of what they're doing at Affordable now is with motor coaches, transporting sports teams, work trips, the military. You can drive for these amazing events. Some are like several day trips out. Okay. And my gosh, the compensation packages are on the rise there at Affordable Limousine. They want to take a lot of their part-time staff and make them full-time drivers as opposed to having a number of part-time workers. Now, so they're like, hey, Eric, we want you to be a full-time driver. I says, well, then you're out of luck. This is my full-time gig. I'll fill in a pinch. Okay. But they want full-time drivers. So if you're thinking about a career change, at least reach out to them and see what they can offer you. 401k, matching 401k, paid time off, full bennies, great wages, guaranteed tips. What? Yes, guaranteed gratuity. You'll get all the details about that if you, hey, Schaefer, you should consider changing to a full-time gig. You never know, man. Did you go to the workplace meeting that we had? We had a meeting not long ago. Did you go to that? Buscareers.com. Okay. Frank the Tank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. I'm really, really proud of the growth that Frank has seen because of you, the Zaniacs. Now, I know for some of you, these ads go in one ear and out the other, but just hear me out. Would you please just listen to me? This is so important. You're set up with homeowners insurance. You're set up with car insurance. You're set up with life insurance. You're set up with dental insurance. There's all sorts of insurance that you have. You can get an insurance checkup /tune-up. Now, what this means, more often than not, you're going to get more extravagant, more elaborate coverage for less money. The extent of what your involvement is in this is by calling or texting Frank, who's a licensed independent insurance agent /broker. Say, Eric Zane, help me. Or Eric Zane sent me. Please help. Okay? That's all you need to do. And then he's going to say, okay, let's talk. He's going to send you a link. You click it. You book the appointment. It's going to be phone, Zoom, in person, whatever. And then you're going to tell him what is up. And, I want you to do an insurance tune-up for me. And then he goes to work. You don't do it. He asks you a few questions in this meeting. And then he reports back, I can get you this, this, and this. It takes a little time, but let him do his thing. He's an insurance guru. He's a nerd when it comes to insurance. As much as you guys are into QAnon and Trump, he's into insurance. Reach out to Frank, 616-914-4070. I'm on Big 101.3 today again from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Playing the hits. Oldies Radio. Big 101.3 in West Michigan. You can even listen online. It's an iHeart radio station. Just search Big 101.3 and click on it. Start listening at 2 p.m. I'll be playing The Temptations and Louie Louie by the Kingsmen. I was talking into a Temptations song yesterday, and I referenced something horrible that I don't think anybody would get the joke. David Ruffin, the late David Ruffin from the Temptations, was an asshole. His whole life he abused drugs and he beat the shit out of women. I forgot when he died. He was like 51 years old, died way too young. This asshole, at one point in his life, he was with some woman. He had like 100 women that had kids of his. He got so pissed off at her, he grabbed a motorcycle helmet and swung it as hard as he could, and it hit her in the head. It was a disaster. And I'm talking at the beginning of the song. Big 101.3, the fun hits, and I click the song, and it has ambient noise of like party. They're like, yeah, woo, yeah, before the song starts. And your bottle's clanking, and then they start like, hey, let's play a song. You can actually hear that in the song. And I go, all right, here you go. Oh, no, look out. And so while that ambient noise is going on, I'm like, Big 101.3, look out, David Ruffin swinging a motorcycle helmet. Everybody duck. Or something like that. And I'm like, I wonder if anybody's going to get that. I doubt it. Nobody knows that. Fun fact. True story, though. Some time ago, we talked on the show about this dude from Michigan named Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon's 25-year-old dude. He's dead now. He met some guy on Grindr. I think it was last year. He's a gay guy over on the east side of the state, and he's like, man, it's Christmas, and I need cock. And so that's what you do. And he goes on the app, and he says, sees this guy in some community not far from where he lives, and they're like, hey, man, you down for dick? And this guy's like, yes, absolutely. Get over here. Let's do it. And so, well, they go there, or the dude goes there. Kevin Bacon goes to Mark Latunsky's house, and he's not leaving. He's going to die. Latunsky killed him. And holy shit. He ate his dick. I'm not kidding you. He killed the guy, hung him from the basement ceiling, and ate his penis and balls in a grisly Christmas Eve murder. And this comes up because he's getting ready to go back to court. This happened in 2019. So a couple of years ago, Merry Christmas, I'm eating dick. This Latunsky ate Bacon's penis and balls for Christmas. Where I had a prime rib, he said, oh, this looks good, and ate dick. He actually ate his dick and balls. Kevin Bacon was found hanging naked by his ankles, missing those parts. If you're a mom and dad and you think that your son, I mean, it's one thing if he's gay, whatever, you know? I mean, and it's another thing if he's going and having sex with people the same way people might do on, what's the other one called? Grindr, and Grindr's the gay one. It's the one that Amanda uses. What is that one called? Whatever. You guys know which one it is. Tinder, that's it. It's another thing if you go out and get dick. I mean, some people need dick. Or if you're not gay, vagina or dick. Or vagina would need a vagina on Grindr. Whatever. Doesn't matter. That does not matter. It has nothing to do with it. But this guy found Mr. Wrong. Evil does exist, and it touched us. Kevin Bacon's dad, Carl Bacon, told the Associated Press in a January 2020 interview. It's gut-wrenching to hear the details, and we're beside ourselves. Yeah, there's no going back from this. I mean, if you lose a child in an accident, there's no recovery. And then you add the heinousness if your loved one is murdered. Okay, that's another level of awful. And then not only was he murdered, but the bad guy ate his dick and balls. I mean, what? How do you? I can't even begin to think about how you wall that off and move forward. There's just no way. It appears Bacon, here's the thing, Kevin Bacon knew that the bad guy, Latunsky, had a violent sexual fetish, according to court documents. This is an image of the bad guy. See, Patriot Nick? You see why we always say you look like a maniac? It's because you look, okay, if you had hair, this could very well be you. There you go. For God's sake, you, out of all the audience members, you most closely resemble the guy who eats dick and balls. Now, I know, well, as far as I know, you have not eaten anyone's dick and balls. However, if you did a side-by-side, okay, Pellerito, you're very good at Photoshop. All you need to do, Pellerito, is put some hair on this guy's hair on Nick. This is a homework project I'd like you to do. And then tomorrow, I will show you his handiwork side by side between Patriot Nick and this dick and ball eater, Mark Latunsky. Well, anyway, I'm pretty sure you haven't eaten dick and balls. Dad says what was released showed that Kevin Bacon, my son, had a dark side. Carl, Dad, told Fox Detroit in 2020. He obviously got into something that he wasn't prepared for. Well, I don't know about that. How do you know about that? Maybe he just went there to get dick and the guy went crazy. Just awful. I'm going to remember him how everyone else remembers him. That he's a good person who is passionate and cares for people. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't think your son did anything wrong. This is a horrible, horrible thing. Latunsky's been in Michigan jail for 2 years while, can you imagine if you're like a new guy to the jail and you sit down and you got a bunkmate and there's a guy across from you and you just wind up in jail and say, oh my God, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Hey, my name's Mark Latunsky. Yeah, you look just like this guy who's a fan of a podcast that I listen to. You ever heard of the Eric Zane Show? No. Oh, well, this guy, Nick, he looks... Anyway, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Bad guy says, yeah, nice to meet you too. What are you here for? Oh, man, I slugged my wife. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. How about you? I ate this one guy's dick and balls. "25-year-old Kevin Bacon." I mean, I think you need to back up 25 years ago when Carl Bacon named him Kevin Bacon. I mean, he's not, you have to realize, I mean, that's 25 years ago. That's not, Kevin Bacon was a thing back then. You're naming your kid Kevin Bacon? That had to be a joke, right? He probably sealed his son's fate by naming him Kevin Bacon. Because this guy, 25 years later, that looks just like Patriot Nick, the dick and ball eater, looks just like Patriot Nick, is probably like, man, if I'm going to eat anybody's dick and balls, I'm going to eat the dick and balls of someone who has the same name as my favorite actor. So, in my opinion, by naming, it's very possible, very, very possible, that the dick and ball eater ate this guy's dick and balls only because his name was Kevin Bacon. So, for that, I can't even get behind that joke. That's ridiculous. Bacon texted roommate Michelle Myers at 6 p.m. the night he went missing to say he'd be out for a while. Court documents revealed the horrifying details of the murder and that Latunsky would sometimes stop taking medication for mental health issues. In April 2021, Rolling Stone reported Bacon struggled with depression, poor self-image, and was going through family troubles at the time of his murder. My God, this is terribly sad. Myers Bacon, the woman, Michelle Myers, Bacon's roommate, told Rolling Stone that he met up with family members and learned that someone he didn't want to see was coming in for the holidays, so he was looking for a distraction. Well, you got a distraction, all right. That led him to browse through Grindr, where he met Patriot Nick. He turned down game night with Myers and other friends to meet with Latunsky for what was supposed to be a quick hookup, and he never returned. My God. So this is now starting to work its way through the judicial system. I imagine it won't take long to convict him of this. Can you imagine if, you know how sometimes they show you things you don't want to see if you're a juror? You know, they might actually show horrible things of the victim when it's like, come on, man. There should be some type of hazard pay for juries. There should be professional juries of, I don't know. I mean, there's got to be a better way. Why even have a fucking trial? You know? I mean, my God. He has the evidence. They're like, oh my God, we think he ate his dick and balls. Did you eat his dick and balls? Yeah, I did. Oh my God. Jesus. What? And then they have to wait for him to take a poop. And they're like, look, there's a dick and balls in the guy. They've got the evidence in turd form right there. No need for a trial. Just cut this guy's fucking throat and let him bleed out. My God. Nick, you should shave today and never grow it again. It is not my fault or anyone's fault that if you are walking around if you are walking around this community where the dick and balls were consumed, the cops are going to screech up and shoot you dead thinking that you escaped from jail. All right? You look just like a dick and ball eater. And I cannot prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are not. I don't have proof that makes you... There might be some evidence that you have consumed dicks and balls. For God's sake, shave. It's important. We'll announce the asshole of the day for this, the 27th of July, in moments. If you have any suggestions, please let it be known on the live stream. My friend Rick from TC Paintball is open all through the Christmas break. Every day is a great day for paintball. I have apparently been roped onto a paintball team because one of the members of the Eric Zane Show Podcast TC Paintball team, I forget which one of you wussed out. I think it was Maze. And I was forced into service. If you want to play paintball, reach out to TC Paintball in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Right across the street from Bissell. You can't miss them. Find them online, tcpaintballgr.com. Get the friends together. Get the people from work together. Team building. The kids during Christmas break. If the kids are a little bit, oh boy, I'm kind of worried about getting shot with a paintball. Sign up for the Little League on Wednesdays. 5 p.m. start. Just show up 4:30. It'd be fine. That is the low impact machinery. Doesn't hurt at all. And they'll be like, oh, this is great. And then you slowly get them to work up. Or hell, I don't care. Use the low impact ones for life. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to them either. Walk in, give them money. They give you 3 hours of fun. That's how it works. tcpaintballgr.com. They got a full pro shop there. You should always buy the shit there that you want to buy. Don't buy it online. You want to try the shit out. You get there, there's a wall of weaponry. Hey, I want to try that one out. Go try it out. Find out what you like. Be warned, this is going to open up new doors for a brand new bonding hobby for you and your son or daughter. Okay? And if you got a person in your group that's a little sensitive to getting shot with a paintball, that you can buy armor upgrades if they're weak. All right? tcpaintballgr.com. I mentioned earlier in the show about Johnson Carpet One, Floor and Home, the discount outlet that Kent dropped the E at a U works at. That's where you buy the flooring. After you buy it, have Bennett Flooring Installation install it. 616-318-0167 in West Michigan. Any type of flooring, hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl plank, ceramic, big ceramic, small ceramic, carpeting, remnant, you name it. Bennett Flooring Installation, 616-318-0167. Call or text Jason Bennett. I'm sorry. Jason is the cousin. Jacob Bennett. When you talk to Jacob, you're probably not going to get a lot of conversation. This guy gets right after it. Jacob is the king of no small talk. You know? Jacob is so the king of no small talk that if he saw baby Jesus floating above him and someone said, hey, what was that like seeing baby Jesus? Talk about it. He'd say, it was cool, and walk away from you. 616-318-0167 for Bennett Flooring Installation in West Michigan. All I'm suggesting you do is rip out the old stuff yourself, buy what you want installed yourself. That saves you time and money, and then Bennett is going to install it for you. That is the cheapest way to have professional flooring installed. Guaranteed. 616-318-0167. Speaking of which, I have another room now destroyed. Remember I told you the story about Bruce pissed in Jackie's old bedroom? Despite trying to get the smell up, get the pee up, and the odor out of the room with a carpet extractor, it was useless. I actually cut a big fucking hole out of the carpeting and just threw it away. That was the only way we could get the smell out. Now I've got a giant 3-foot by 3-foot rip. It's gone. It's a hole. And Diana's like, yeah, it's just another room that needs work around here. And I'm like, I know. FullHouseComedy.com. Go see a comedy show. There's several venues in and around West Michigan. From Muskegon, up north, hell, up to Traverse City, Grand Rapids. FullHouseComedy.com has venues all over the place. Go see who's appearing. In fact, I'm going to take a little time and tell you who's in town, like in the next couple of weeks. First, you just go to FullHouseComedy.com. Click events. New Year's Eve bowling extravaganza at Howard City Lanes, December 31st. Michael Winslow. He makes funny noises with his mouth at the Froenthal Center in Muskegon. Followed by January 7th with Michael Winslow at the Park Theater. Christopher Titus is in Traverse City, January 7th. Back Alley Comedy Club in Muskegon, January 8th. Tickets for these and all the upcoming shows at FullHouseComedy.com. Seeing if Mark Norman's coming. If he's booked that yet. Pauly Shore. That little guy, that little fella, Brad Williams. That's in April, though. Way down the road. Way down the road. Lisa says, are we taking up the whole place at Bosco's? I called ahead. I told them. How many do we got? Asshole of the day. Let's do that. Who is your asshole of the day? I would say Nick thinks it's me. Asshole of the day is brought to you by TC Paintball and JM Synthetics. What we talked about is already leaving my brain. So I need a review. Christmas was awesome. Told a joke to my dad. Smashed the curb. Bashed my daughter's face because of that. I think I get a nomination. Let's go Brandon guy. Trump's vaccine. If you're Biden, you're like, oh yeah, go ahead, take credit for it. I don't give a shit. Talked about Adam Pringle writing in, joining on Patreon. Very grateful for that, as I am all of you. And then the guy who ate Kevin Bacon's dick and balls. Your asshole of the day. Dick eater who looks exactly like Nick. That is your asshole of the day. Yep. In fact, we don't know if that's not Nick. We still don't know if Nick does or does not eat dicks and balls. That is your asshole of the day. And that is the end of the Eric Zane Show podcast. I hope you'd enjoyed it. Or I hope you've enjoyed it. I can't talk. Till next time. Have a great rest of this day. And I'll see you on the Patreon. If you ever want to help out the show, that's the quickest and most effective way to do it. $5 or $10 a month. It's not just some donation. Plenty of content there for you after this show is done. Otherwise, I'll see you at Bosco's Pub tonight. Anybody can come. Come as you are. All right? Unless you have a beard like Nick's. 6 p.m. is when we'll get there. Okay? Have a good one, folks. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cancer. So many lives are touched by cancer. In fact, 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with cancer. At the American Cancer Society, we're on a mission to free the world from cancer. It's a big mission, driven by little things like a ride to treatment, a free place to stay, a 24/7 helpline. But these little things are really the big things, because to a cancer patient and their family, they're everything. And every day we reach thousands of cancer patients who so desperately need these services. But we need your help to get these critical services to more people and families in need this holiday season. Go to cancer.org and join the fight against cancer. It takes just minutes to donate and help provide essential support to cancer patients and their families. Don't wait. More than 1 in 3 people will be diagnosed with cancer. Go to cancer.org right now and make a difference. Go to cancer.org.